Giant is to dwarf as. So this is an analogy question, and in this type of question, our setup is always going to be A is to B in both our answer choices and in our question stem. So here we see that giant is going to be our A and dwarf is going to be our B. Now our first step always in this type of question is to try to understand what the relationship is between A and B in our question stem, so then we can evaluate our answer choices. So when we think about the relationship between giant and dwarf, they're both types of mythical creatures. One is much bigger than the other, so we can write that A is bigger than B. And they're also opposites, right? They're opposites in size, but they are the same type of thing, that thing being mythical creatures. So we're also going to write A and B are opposites. Now, how do we deal with two rules when we're evaluating our answer choices? We have one that's going to be the primary rule, which here is going to be A is bigger than B because that's the main rule we're working with here. And the secondary relationship is going to be that A and B are opposites. Now, we want both of these to be true, but we're first going to evaluate A is bigger than B, and only then, if the answer choice passes that test, we move on to the second rule. So now we're going to go ahead and evaluate our answer choices. So first one we have is knight is to magician. So a knight and a magician are both mythical creatures. However, a knight is not necessarily bigger than a magician, so we're going to eliminate that answer choice. Next, we have ocean is to swamp. So an ocean is bigger than a swamp, and they are both water features. However, an ocean is not opposite to a swamp. They're not opposite, so we're going to eliminate that answer choice. Then we have tree is to stone. So a tree could potentially be bigger than a stone. However, these are not opposites, so we're going to eliminate this answer choice. Then we have success is to failure. Well, we have no idea whether or not a success is necessarily bigger than a failure. Could be the other way around. We don't know. So this is not always true, so we're going to go ahead and eliminate that answer choice. And then our last one is adult is to infant. So an adult is bigger than an infant. And an adult and infant are opposites in size, so that also works. And they're the same type of thing. They're the same category, which here would be a person. So that's going to be the correct answer for our question, adult is to infant.